Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony's Picks Morning Show. I'm Tony T here, ready to give you a free picks here from this Major League Baseball card. And we've got some WNBA quarterfinals that we're into game 2 of these series for 2 of them. Before we get into let's meet the cappers for today. Rod, how's it going?
It's going good. Tony can't complain at all. Look at the Bills. Woo! Did they ever lay a beat down in that one? I think Trevor Lawrence is trouble. He doesn't look so good. The Jags team does not look so good. That was pretty ugly. And then the Bengals. They're not the Bengals. They're reverted back to the Bungles. They started getting good there, but no, they're the Bungles. They're slow starters. Give them a chance. Just think that's the first one back with T. Higgins going. So the Bengals are always notorious slow starters. 2-1 day for me. Can't complain. Winning day on Tuesday of this week. Full MLB card, and as you said, a couple of WNBA games as well. Some elimination games, the first of the elimination games in the WNBA.
You only put out 3 plays yesterday?
Yeah, right. I only put out 3 plays.
We took like the day off. What are you doing?
I took like the day off. Yeah, I went 2-1 yesterday. I had a nice light, easy day. Quiet. It was a short schedule, right? Didn't want to.
No, right.
Only one MLB, and that was my one loss. The Arizona Diamondbacks decided that they shouldn't show up for this game. You need the points for the playoffs, but it's okay. We'll lose this one. We don't need it.
Oh goodness, yeah. Bad loss for the D-backs. It's a fight here for them, and Atlanta on the Mets here for that wild card spot. We'll see how it rolls. Of course, a big series here with Dodgers, Padres starting today. We'll see how are you. Or a good day, SAC 2-0 on the leaderboard.
Yeah, no, I did, and. Man, I'm trying to wrap up my plays, but it's not happening for me at the moment. And I go with chemistry and consistency. I don't try to push a bunch of plays if I'm not hitting a bunch of plays or just don't have a good beat on it. So, I jumped on the Phillies, getting back at home, winning that on the run line that they come up with the big game. But conversely, you look at Milwaukee, they clinched, but they could have got a bye. I don't know if that's good or not. I'm coming up to the theory that ever since they changed that, one of the 2 teams are ice cold when they come in and they end up, hurting themselves. The Dodgers, perfect example of that. I just went 2-0 yesterday. I took the Bills, and it's funny how injury reports to me from Sick Tony and other places. You can't really read the recommendations. Just read the content, like props. I'm not making a player props. But I love some of the research behind it. It's also reflective of the unit or the team or whatever. It's not really a player, right? Or what unit they're going up against. So I find a lot of great information. So, I applied that. I looked at the Bills. Hey, Bills are for real. They've been for real, but they got rid of all the cancers they had in their locker room. That's what they've done. Yeah. They're like a team now. They're all laughing. His first game out, he threw the ball to 9 guys. He's confident. His head's the best I've ever seen him. When he's played, he really didn't push the ball around for any dumb turnovers, like trying to extend a play. I mean, I don't know if he's got a new quarterback coach, what they're doing over there different, or if just Diggs was that big of a distraction. But the Bills are legit, man. I jumped on them. I went good. This is a hard weekend in the NFL, guys. A lot of people lost their ass, trying to figure out this week. So I stuck to my unders and my dogs, even though I lost to both dogs, man. I could have kicked myself. Could have been a 5-0 weekend, but it was 3-2, which I'll take it 4-2 with this one in this week. I just stuck to the unders and the dogs a little bit, but like I said, guys, after next week, now we got a play. Now we got an identity of these teams, right? They're fully developed, but where are they with their identity? We'll know after this week. But some definitely good games up on the board coming up.
Yeah, but speaking of the sick report, that's what got me on the Commanders, right? I felt looking at the sick numbers, it was the Bengals having some issues defensively with injuries, and great for these young quarterbacks. We saw that again with the Bucs defense that was ravaged with injuries. We saw how well that young quarterback Knicks did against them. Then we see this here with Daniels here against a defense that here, based on the injury reports here, we're vulnerable in this game, and that's how I was put a best bet on there on the Commanders yesterday. So a 2-1 day for me.
Moving the ball. They actually they finally punched some in. It's not like the last game they weren't moving the ball offensively. They've been moving the football. It's just that they've been settling for field goals in times, and that could come back to bite you if they continue to punch those in for touchdowns. Man, watch out for this Washington team.
Yeah,
I made a big mistake, guys. when all you guys were all over the Dolphins this week. I just, Seattle was one of my plays, and I kind of went with Dallas instead, just thinking, I was worried more about the bounce back than going after my situational. And I hate when I do that, but it's all part of the game. It's the way I handicap. You got to try to pick your spots.
It's you gave it out as a free play, and I know you were all over Seattle because you were like, "This is it."
The travel spot.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. 3 time zones, noisiest arena, backup coming in, trying to deal with that. That's a negative. I don't care who they're sending in there if the guy hasn't played. You know what I mean? You got to be real good at chemistry to be doing everything on a silent count, all that stuff, right? You know what I mean? But the line went up a whole point on me. Because I was sitting there watching that, and I decided to go that other way. But I looked at it, I go, I'm not laying points. I may not even lay that many points this week, even though I did jump on Buffalo. I just thought it was a mismatch because of the injuries. So just got to look at all the different scenarios that are out there. And God, I don't think I've had a knock on wood. I shouldn't even say this, but I've been plus in NFL or college, tied or plus every week. So I hope I can keep that alive.
Absolutely. Let's do that. All right, let's get to this baseball card. Final week of the regular season. A week from today, it'll be the game 1 of the wild card. So we're ready to roll here. Of course, we got on this set of games. We look at Cubs, Phillies, Brewers, and Pirates, Rays, and Tigers. We start with Rod.
Yeah, to kick it off the day, we're looking at the Rays taking on the Tigers. Big game there for the Tigers, right? Tigers are a team now that they hold their own destiny and they can win out and cruise right into the playoffs, into a wild card spot right now and hanging in there. And you look, who's on the bump for Detroit? Well, it's Scooble on the bump for Detroit, and he's been lights out money at home. But on the other side, you got Tampa Bay. Don't count out Pepiot on the mound for Tampa Bay. He's been dealing. So this Rays team has been hot as well. So at 7, I like this under here. I think we got a pitcher's duel early, and I think it's like the first of 3 type game wins this one. We know that the Detroit bats can be cold at times. So, yeah, I like the under 7 in that one. Pitcher's duel. I think Detroit probably does pull that out late, but I've seen a few games where Scooble doesn't get enough run support, but I like the under there. And then Cubs and Phillies, it's like that deflated balloon, as I said. Philly, you look at Philly, they might rest some guys here in this one. Tanner Banks is going for the Phillies, and he hasn't been so good. Your reliever, so it's going to be a bullpen game here for the Phillies. And his last couple starts, he went 1 inning, gave up a hit, a couple walks, and an earned run. So he's definitely hit or miss. He'll go 1 inning, and then the Phillies will throw it to the bullpen. So Phillies really care about this game. No, looks like the Cubs throwing steel out there. That's why they're favored. I would lean to the Cubs to get the win in that one. But I like the under. I think 8.5. I don't think we get over that total. It's like we seen yesterday. What was it? 8 runs. I think we see a little bit less today. Take the under 8.5, and I lean to the Cubs in that one.
Yeah, from Rod, we move on to Jorge.
Yeah, I mean the Cubs haven't totally given up. I'm going to go back to playoff positioning, even though it nipped me in the rear end with the Brewers, thinking they were in the mix of potentially getting a bye for the division. So they get home field advantage, right, guys? The All-Star game decides for
no. It does not. Right now, the Phillies are 1 game behind the Dodgers for home field, and if it goes to the NLCS, if it's Dodgers-Phillies, Dodgers hold a 1-game lead.
Right, but so they're still playing for that. I mean,
they're playing for that. Yeah,
or at least home field advantage through the National League, and then the All-Star game winner determines who's the home team in the World Series, right?
No, that's no longer that they took that away.
Okay.
Not there. It's overall best record.
Overall best record. Okay,
yeah.
Good. I wasn't sure if they did away with that or not. I'm not a big All-Star fan. So, I'm going to go with the Phillies then. I mean, obviously you want the home field advantage anytime you can get it. Both pitchers coming in there, 2 lefties on the mound in this one. But I'm going to take Phillies at home plus $1.10. I mean, it's not over for them. Ron, I'm not going to disagree with that. Any normal team that would come in may want to rest some of their starters, but I don't think these guys. I mean, they were happy they won it for the first time since 2011, but they're built for the playoffs. They've spent the money. They expect to be there. So I don't. And they definitely want home field advantage. That's going to be huge, right? They don't want to have to go in the Dodger Stadium with the Tawny fever going on right now. That is just completely out of there. But I'll take Phillies at home plus the points, man. I was wrong with Milwaukee, but I think overall they're a veteran team, and they're definitely good to keep their foot on the pedal. Tampa Bay and Detroit, yeah, Scooball's been amazing, man. I mean, that's already come down to 6.5 in some places. All the things that Rod said, but Pepoy could come out and pitch if I said that correctly. And they've won 4. I mean, that they've won 4 games under 5, but I'll lean on the under in that one. Scooball's just been amazing, man. 17-4 on the season. He's not just good at home; he's good everywhere. So definitely on that game as well.
Yeah, and how I'll look at these. A couple of them I'll look at here, like the under here with the Reds and the Guardians. Junis is a pitcher who's on a 1-year contract, who's a converted reliever. Now he's getting some starts. Remember, I always talk about that. There's a huge discrepancy in money between relievers and starters, and Junis is getting the ball to start here of late, and he's been really performing well. He's on an expiring contract, so I look for Junis to continue his good form, allowed 1 run runner fewer than 5 straight. Bybee in his past 4 starts, a whip of just 1.10. We know the Guardians bullpen has been in really good form. Both teams have been struggling at the plate, and the team 6-1 to the under at home against the NL behind Bybee, so we'll go under in that one. And as Jorge was talking about with Scooball, I'll go under in the Rays and Tigers. Pepio, Dodgers probably wish they didn't trade Pepio for that right-hander in that trade with Tampa Bay. Looked good in the beginning, but man, Pepio has been pitching well for this Rays team. He's out 2 runs or fewer in 11 of 12 starts. We know Scooball has been great against these teams that with low slugging percentages. Pepio 8-0 to the under, so I'll go under that one. Matter of fact, Scooball's been 10-1 to the under at home against the AL East. Under there with Tampa Bay and Detroit. All right, let's continue here.
Tony, just quick note there on that Reds game. They got rid of Bell a little bit early. They let him go. So now these guys are all, every time you let somebody get fired, people start working. Doesn't matter if it's the workplace. Doesn't matter. If it's your job or whatever. Like, oh shit, I might be next.
Yeah, and looking over your shoulder.
So they're all going to show up and play, man. So at least that first game out, I've always been a fan. And sometimes it changes the whole thing, right? That coach manager may have lost the team. Yeah. So plus $1.40 at home. That guy's pitching decent. There's no reason not to give that a shot. It's not like Cleveland's been dominant.
Yeah, when you clean the master bedroom, doesn't mean you're going to clean the spare bedroom too. So they clean the entire house. So that's
right. Once
yeah.
you clean the room, they might just keep coming.
That's right. All right, we'll continue here on the Tony X Morning Show. Let's get to the next series of games. We've got Royals, Nationals, Orioles, Yankees, Red Sox, and Blue Jays. We get it started here with Rod.
And for me, in this time slot, you look at the Orioles taking on the Yankees here, and this is a big game in this one. Huge playoff implications. Baltimore wants to hang around, and they need some wins. But the Yankees, with a win here, they clinched the division, so they're definitely motivated in this one. And Kramer on the bump for Baltimore in this one, and you'll look at Dean Kramer. How's he been pitching? Not so good. 1-1, 2.37 ERA, so not horrible. Definitely not the worst. On the road, 4-5 with the 3.94 ERA, so definitely shoots up a little bit. His last time out, he gave up 4 against the Giants, went 6 innings, 7 hits, couple home runs. So definitely got worked a little in that one. Going against the Yankees, going to be a tough spot here. This Yankees team is going to be motivated to win the division, and it'll also lock up that first round bye, I believe, for the Yankees as well. So the way Schmitt's been going over his last 3, he's sub-2 ERA at home this year, 2-1. Yeah, I lean to the Yankees to get the win and clinch the division in that one over Baltimore.
I screwed up. I think I got the Brewers Pirates. I don't think we got that one in there somehow. I think I might have skipped over that, or maybe I went ahead again. I don't know.
No, I think in the first round, yeah, I think he just went by it. But looking at the Brewers and the Pirates game. Yeah. Tyler Myers on the bump for Brewers, and the Brewers just, I don't know, they celebrated that they made the playoffs, and it looks like they're just happy to make the playoffs. I don't know. As Jorge said, it's like you figured they'd be a little more motivated to get a win and move along. But Myers on the bump for the Brewers in this one, 2-1 with a 3.38 ERA over his last 3. He's pitched better at home than what he has on the road. Bailey Falter getting the start for the Pirates in this one. And you look what's Bailey Falter done, 2-1 with a sub-3 ERA over his last 3 at home, 5-3 with a 3.75 ERA. He's actually been he pitches better at home than what he does on the road. Both these pitchers can give up 2-3 runs, and then you go to the bullpens. I'm going to take the over 8 I think we see some runs there in Pittsburgh today. You know, the Pittsburgh bullpen hasn't been the greatest either. So give me the over 8 in that one. And then, did we get to the Boston and Toronto? Or did we go Kansas City, Washington?
Kansas City, Washington.
Okay, Kansas City, Washington, looking at that one here. And you're looking at Cole Ragans on the mound for the Royals in this one. And he pitched all right last time out, went 7 innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 earned run. The bullpen did him in. Detroit got the win in that one. Big matchup there. And you look how he's lost his he's got 1 win in his last 4 starts. The walk. Cole Ragans giving up the walk definitely gets him in trouble. 4 walks, 3 walks, 4 walks. So control issues big there for Ragans on the road. Mitchell Parker on the other side of the thing, bump is not been so good himself. 5 runs, 4 runs, 3 runs. So I'm going to take the over. I think neither of these starters go deep into this game. 4 innings at best, and they give up some runs. And at 7.5, books think it's going to be a low-scoring one. I think we see some runs. Give me the over 7.5. Royals, Nats.
Yeah, from Robbie, move on over to Jorge.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to lean to the under in that one a little bit. I think Kansas City just can't score runs. I mean, at all. They've been horrible. I mean, Reyes has pitched decently, but over his last 3 starts, good amount of innings, over 6 innings, the ERA 1.42. Does Kansas City break out of their funk here against Washington? I don't know, man. Tough call. Said no offense on either side, but I'll take a slight lean to Kansas City in that one. And Milwaukee's got to want to win some games, man. I mean, you can't go in tanking completely. So I'll take, Myers. He's been decent all year long. A little bit tailed off just a little bit towards the end. But, hey, staying within a 3 ERA, whips decently staying low. I'll side with Milwaukee in that one.
Yeah, from Jorge. Okay, the way I look at this one here, Casey's got it. It's now or never for KC. they've got to get in the wild card spot, and they've been pretty good in this role as a road favorite here. Very 16-7 is road favorite, -110 or higher. I'll back Ragans in this spot here at -1 at the price here. I'll look at Kansas City as a favorite. That's the one that I like over in this time slot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show. We're with you here every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe. Set those notifications. Be notified when we go live because, guys, we go right to the picks here on the morning show. All right, let's get to the next series of games. This will feature here Red Sox, Blue Jays, Mets, Braves, Angels, and White Sox. That's your 1-800 game of the day. We'll go on over to Rod.
Yeah, the Angels and White Sox 1-800 game of the day for sure. But, yeah, coin flip price. So it's almost like it's the coin flip game. If I had a Magic 8 Ball, I would shake it up and be like, what does it say to pick? But looking at that one, yeah, definitely stay clear of that one. Kukinowicz has been good, so I would lean to the Angels. Cannon, well, he's a loose cannon. He's pitched good at times, and then he's not looked good at times. But this late in the season, we see it his last time out. He went 6 innings, gave up 3 hits, couple walks, 2 home runs, 4 earned runs in that start. So not bad, but he got the win. That was against the Angels, so the team scored 8 on the Angels last time out. So kind of lean to an over maybe between these 2 ugly teams. But I think the Angels get the win. I think Jonathan Cannon gets cannoned in that one. Give me the Angels there in that one. And then Mets and Braves, man, it's do or die for the Braves, right? They need to get some wins going. The Mets, well, they start to tack on some losses at the wrong time of the season. They did win a couple versus the Phillies in that last time out, but I don't know. Against this Braves team, Braves are looking hot. They've won 4 of their last 5, and then bats are starting to roll. 5 runs, 6 runs, 15 runs, 7 runs. I got to go with Schwelly. I think we get good Schwelly on the mound. We've seen good Schwellenbach, and then we've seen bad Schwellenbach. But you look over his last few starts, he's got 2 wins, went 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run. Time before that, 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs. So, and the Braves bats have been rolling, gave them plenty of runs support. They won 7-1 and 6-2. One of those was against the Dodgers as well. Severino on the other side of the bump, his last couple, he's went 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 earned runs, couple walks. The home run, the long ball has been getting to Severino. So, give me the Braves in that one to get the win with Schwelly on the mound. 2 I like there.
Two from Ron. We move on over to Jorge.
Man, all I got to say about the Angels and the Chicago White Sox is that the Chicago White Sox have lost 120 games. Dude, that is just wild. That they're that bad on the season. The Angels haven't had much better of a season, but I'm just going to take the averages there. The Chicago White Sox are just going to continue to lose. They don't seem to be able to put anything together. Minus 115 in that spot. Hey, I think if you bet every game against them by the end of the year, you're probably break even, not even pay attention to the games. They're so bad. So it's slightly in there. Interesting game. I mean, you would think that the Mets and the Braves would be an all-star playoff level of intensity for that game. But it's kind of weird season, guys. You think you'd see these great runs, and I guess Detroit's doing it right.
Yeah.
Detroit's been fun. They're putting it together. Man, I came down here to Miami, guys. I missed the Ohtani thing by one day.
Oh God!
We already came down there. I might have talked because I love the Dodgers. And I've never seen them there. I might have talked to my sister and go in there. I get off the plane and try to get situated with the bad internet out there, and I go, "Oh my God, I can't believe I was one day away from that." Well, I could kind of plan to watch the Dodgers on that last game. That would have been incredible. But that's about it, guys. Baseball's really weird this year, man. I think I'm going to do a lot of dog betting, especially when it comes to the playoffs, just because I think it's going to be that kind of year. There's no clear cut. Is there a clear cut favorite?
No. There's warts on all these teams.
Right.
The Dodgers pitching staff, Atlanta's health. If they're getting healthy, they could be dangerous. Albies are getting some of their guys back, but we'll see how this Atlanta team does. But I think there's a team to keep an eye on. Padres can go hot and cold anytime, but I think it's wide open.
Well. So I think we'll have a pitching duel. I'll lean towards the under in the Mets in Atlanta.
There we go from Jorge. All right, I'll look at it. I'll go under here in this Red Sox and Toronto Blue Jays. Boy, these teams aren't hitting at all. I watched that game yesterday, man. There's just nothing going on with these lineups. Bale's allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 4 or 5 starts. We know France has been outstanding here. 2 earned runs allowed or less in 8 of 9 starts. And believe it or not, the Boston bullpen has cleaned its act over the last 10 games. So I'll look under in that game. I'm looking at Atlanta because they're getting healthier in this spot. Schwalm back 5-2 at home in his 9 games. And Severino is a road dog of even money or higher. 1-6, losing 4.5 units. So I'll look here at that Atlanta game in that spot. And it's hard for me not to lay off that Angel team with that price, right? Because Coco Noah's, believe it or not, has pitched well. When you look at him over his past 7, ERA 3, whip of 1.15. Had a horrible start, but then he's come on strong, kind of like Arrighetti, right? Where in Hunter, with these guys that have struggled out of the gate, but they get it right. And at Cannon, look at Cannon's last 4 home starts: 15 earned runs in 19 innings, 12 walks. Angels bullpen has been kind of good in September. And this White Sox team hit a $185 over the past 7, and the team's 0-5 behind Cannon in his home starts. I'll look at the Angels in that spot. All right, let's continue here on Tony's Picks Morning Show as we get ready for the next series of games, and they will be Marlins and Twins, Mariners, Astros, Cardinals, and Rockies. We get it started here with Rod. You're on mute, Rod.
There we go. The biggest game on the board right here, you're looking at Seattle trying to chase down the Astros for the division. 2 games back now of the Astros. So the Astros still they just need 1 win to clinch the division. But Seattle on the heels, nice win yesterday. Framber Valdez on the mound though, so really tough task for Seattle if they want to beat the Astros here in this spot. Astros not a team that's known to lose a whole pile back to back. So the thing for me is Seattle's on the bump, and Logan Gilbert's getting the ball. And Logan Gilbert on the road, well, he's 4-6 with a 3.82 ERA, so he pitches better at home than what he does on the road. And or over his last couple, he hasn't been horrible. The team's got a win in his last 2 starts. Looked not too bad against the Yankees. Went 5 innings, gave up 6 hits, couple walks, couple runs. 1 home run was costly, but the team got the win 3-2 in that one. So Logan Gilbert needs to step up, but dueling Framber Valdez, I don't know. I think this is it. I think the champagne pops and the Astros win the division. Give me Houston there in that one. Love to see Seattle make it a battle, but the way Framber Valdez has been pitching, I just can't go against them there in that one. Looking at the Marlins taking on the Twins. You look, Ryan Weathers getting the start for the Marlins. And you look, how's Weathers been doing? Yeah, he hasn't been weathering anything. 1-1 with a 3.77 ERA. Sporting 4 ERA is what he hasn't been good.
Bad weather.
Bad weather, yeah.
Hey,
bad
there's nothing wrong with bad weather, man. I like bad weather.
I like
Take
bad
it easy.
weather. Yeah.
Take it
Bad
easy.
weather.
Take
Bad
it
weather's
easy.
rolling
Take
in.
it easy.
Right.
Bad weather rolling in. Not good news there for
Pull out the wallet.
That's
Can't
right.
beat Mother Nature.
Can't beat Mother Nature. Roll it out. but the thing that, for me, it's like you're looking at Bailey Ober, and Ober, you look at what he's been doing over his last 3, and he's 0-1 with a 3 ERA. He has pitched better at home, but he's got a 4 ERA. So the Twins have been definitely giving him plenty of run support. So for me, that's one. You know what? The Marlins playing loosey goosey. Their bats have been a little better than the Twins over the last few games, and a 2-1 times your money. Maybe that bad weather isn't so bad. Maybe we see a little bit of bright sunshine sneaking through the clouds there under that.
Clear skies.
and yeah, little clear skies coming. Give me the Marlins in that one. I'm going to take a shot here for the Marlins. 2-1 on your money. Give me a shot with the Marlins. We've seen them upset a few teams at times. So give me the Marlins there in that one.
There from Rob. Move on over to Jorge.
Yeah, I'm all over that, man. I mean, talk about a team totally tanking. I can't think there's any chemistry on defense or offense or anything with the Twins. 3 of 7, and not even lately have they done it. They lost 4 out of their last 5. To lay over 2 to a team that's completely fallen apart. They were primed for the playoffs and nothing over the last 3 weeks. No way in the world I'd pass up a chance to get 2-1 against a team that's probably played themselves right out of the playoffs. And not showing much light. Seattle and Houston, that's a tough call there. I mean, Valdez has been just lights out, man. ERA of 0.89, whip 8.9 his last 3 starts. Alvarez might be hurt, though. Might not be in that one. And, can Alvarez quiet the Seattle bats? We know they've gotten a little bit better. Again, this is a Houston team built for the playoffs. You know what I mean? It doesn't even really matter what their record is. They just got to win their division. And I think that's where they're at this point. So I would take Houston on the run line here. It's always kind of hard to do run line against Seattle. Gilbert, obviously a good pitcher, but value there is just too much. I think it's just one of those games where they're going to, push a little bit closer to clinching and just winning their division. And the Astros are playing good baseball at the right time. And that's what makes a playoff team. So take the run line there on the Astros.
Yeah, from Ori, I'll tell you what I think about these games. I think what Minnesota is waiting for, they're waiting for bad teams. This team has been a bully all season long. So when they play the bad teams, they pound them. And this is what they got an opportunity where they can get right here against Miami. You look at Minnesota here, 11-3 to the run line when they're $2 favorites or greater. I'm looking for them in the run line here in this spot where they get well here against a bad team. That's really my only case for them. And I've been saying this all season. When they face good teams, they get beat. When they face the bad teams, they pound them. And that's what they've been. They finally got some bad teams back on that schedule. Seattle and the Houston, boy, it's hard to go against Valdez, man. 7-0 at home in his past 7 starts. Gilbert here on the road. I think there's some negative here. Let's see. Team rank. Oh, yeah, it has not been good. Gilbert has passed 7 on the road, 1-6, losing 6 units. I'll look at Houston there. Cardinals and Rockies. That's the dog, home dog Rockies. Rockies have to return 10 units at home this year. The Rockies got off to a horrible start at home. I think they were losing almost double digits units. And of late, they've been a big run at home of late. 25-22 is a home dog of even money at plus 150, returning plus 11 units. So I'll look at them in that spot. Feltner's pitched well enough to back them in this spot. I know they got the UC Santa Barbara kid going here from McCreevy for St. Louis, making his 3rd appearance of the season. But yeah, exactly. Justin says, once again, it's the Rockies making money at home, but especially get that plus price. You love it when they have those bad road trips. They go 1-9, 2-8. People think they suck. When they get back home, you get the value. Yeah, that's how I look at it in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Six Morning Show as we get ready to close out this baseball card here for today. And the 3 games remaining will be Giants and D-backs, Rangers, Athletics, and the big one tonight, Padres and Dodgers. Padres just 3 back of LA. We go to Ron.
Yeah, the Padres are 3 back of LA and got a chance to win that division. So watch out for the Padres. They be coming. And Nick Nack Paddywhack giving the dog a bone is on the mound for the Dodgers in this one tonight. And I'm going to fade Nicky Nack Paddywhack. He give the dog a bone. Dodgers in this spot. I think the Padres get up. I like the Padres bats. I think it's going to be a pretty good contest in that one. And at a coin flip price, I'm going to go with the Padres to get the job done in that one. Make it interesting over the next couple of games with those two head to head. I don't think the Dodgers come in and just roll them. Padres probably had this one circled on the calendar to round the wagon and get into form and get it going. Give me the Padres in that one. I know Jorge's going to take the Dodgers because he's a Dodger lover. So enjoy the Dodgers, Jorge. I'm going to take the Padres.
What kind of crap was that? They have this game circled on the calendar. They play each other 30 times a year, bro. Come on. There ain't no circling nothing on that calendar.
Oh, yeah. They circled. They had 3 games back. We come in and we sweep the Dodgers. We win the division. Here we go.
Against the Jaguars. That was a different story. That was last year. Baseball, these guys play each other so much. Do they know?
Well, they did sleepwalk against the White Sox, though, right? They did sleepwalk in that series.
Then that's the problem. It's a big series no matter what. They don't got a certain calendar. They both those teams spent the money. Playoff teams, right? They have the rosters. But the Padres have just fared better in the playoffs. Actually, I'm not on the Dodgers on this spot on this one, but because Dave Roberts is an effing idiot. I mean, he's the biggest effing idiot manager I've ever seen. If you ever want to see Jorge really go crazy and that split personality, Jorgina comes out, that'll do it. That'll bring Jorgina right out of the woodworks on that because it's just crazy what they do over there. So. Even money though, Dodgers at home. I don't know. I might look at the total on that one. Even though King's been pretty good, I do like King as a pitcher. He's been pretty solid. And don't make fun of my pitchers, man. Nick Nack Paddywhack, whatever the hell you call it. Nack's been pretty good. I mean, he might be their savior, but here's the problem. I think Padres just have better pitching up and down their roster. So actually, no, I'll slightly lean on the Padres on this one, Rod. I don't have a whole lot of confidence in them. And even though you just want to pick on me, that's fine. But also one of my big dogs for college football coming up this week, Michigan State.
There you go. Rod was on that too.
I already gave that one out. You're
bull crap. I didn't hear that. We're talking about next week.
I'm glad you joined. Glad you joined the dark side. Glad you joined the dark side with us.
There you go. You got it. There we go with that one. All right, I'm gonna look.
Hey, wait, time out. Time out. Hey, Rod. Don't put out plus points. I got proof. Tony knows when I first got on.
I know.
I backed mine. I put out Fresno State plus 1,400 on the site.
That's right.
I'm going to see that big old plus money bet up there since you're giving me a hard time.
There you go. Oh, I don't know money line dog. He'll throw one up there. I'm going to go here with
money line dogs in there. Don't you?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. I've given out the last couple of weeks. I've given you a money line dog.
Well, it's going to be close to. It's going to be up there about 8 or 9. I expect to see that, sir.
Right? Oh. Definitely. You got to. That's the only.
All right.
You make money in sports. You take a shot at these money line dogs. I'm telling you.
Oh no, my money line dogs are part. Don't even get me going. Tony knows that's my. That's my whole forte, man. I always want to be plus 2. By the end of the season, and I could do it more. Pros is a little bit harder. College. By the end of the season, trust me, when the ball games come, I will be plus money my average bet.
Yeah, Jorge, we've been in discussion for years. I mean, we've seen sites that grade win percentage, and that's a bunch of BS on some of these sites that used to grade win percentage. It's got to be
all about units.
Man.
Oh,
no,
units, man. It's all about units. Oh no, back in the day, it was all about win percentage. Trust me.
Units and ROI. Yeah.
Now it's units and ROI. Right? Yeah. Oh yeah. We're going back 15, 20 years.
I'm just learning the system with you guys, but once I'm just comfortable in there and just the back end stuff and so doing some of the other media stuff that we have to get going for the show and everything. But I do have a system to pound these books on football, and it's a lot of plays. But I'm just getting there. I don't want to unleash it and totally bury myself, but I did it all of last year. Really stuck to it in December. I might do it again in December. But yeah, man, you got to take a shot at the book. And once you're on their money, keep taking shots at them because at the end of the day,
you got it. Yeah.
A buddy of mine last week took you. Who did he take last? Who lost last week as favorites or -7? Dallas and Detroit, right? They lost to Tampa Bay. He took them each on the run line. I was like, dude, for entertainment value, okay, that might get you a win, but it's an even bet. Take those two as a money line dog and put them together. I was like, you put a grand down on that in a couple scenarios and you win 2 out of 6 weeks, they're not going to get your money back. As a matter of fact, if you go down to the book and you're doing 4 digits with them and you do it too often and win, they'll stop taking your bet.
Yeah.
I mean,
the
it doesn't have to be
Bills.
for high value. People don't understand. When they see that you're coming in at an angle where they can't get their money back, they don't want to give you any more action. And that happens a lot out here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We've known all about that. No doubt about that.
They're like, you get in with the best, and they're like, this guy knows what he's doing. He keeps getting in with the best. Like, forget that. No, you can't come back in here. Get out.
Well,
and then they'll get the beards in there. They'll get the beards going in there. Now I'll look here at the Oakland here at that against the Rangers. Eovaldi, what's happened to Eovaldi? He's really had some struggles the last 2 starts. 11 earned runs at 9 2/3 innings. Spence has pitched pretty well here. And again, it's the Rangers bullpen has been rough. They're not hitting. I'll look at Oakland here in that spot. The Giants and D-backs. There's only one way to. Only
must
one
be
way to go.
Non-contract year. Must be non-contract year for Eovaldi.
Must be. I don't think it was. Yeah, maybe that might be the thing with Eovaldi. I thought
Right?
Eovaldi's been around a long. Well, he's been around so long that he can just retire and retire rich. He started with the Dodgers back in the day.
Right? Yeah.
I remember when he was with the Dodgers. Eovaldi.
yeah, that's right.
11th round pick in 2008, and he's sponsored around the Yankees. He's been all over the place. 2-year contract. Oh no, he is. Let's see here. There's a $20 million player option for 2025. So he's got $20 million if he opts in next year, which he probably should the way he's going right now. I would opt out. I don't know.
Well, that's why he's giving up. He's
yeah,
my season's over. I'm just. There you go.
I got 20 million. I just got to sign the dotted line. I got 20 million for next year.
Well, and look, that's and the reason maybe to fade those teams is that team was built to be in the playoffs, right? They spent their money. They were good last year, and they just didn't make it this year. There's not going to be much motivation there. It's not like there's not going to be no youth influx. Those guys are all pretty much in their prime, so you can expect a deflated attempt from them. It only won last week of the season, but you try to catch them. I think it's a good spot to go against them in the spot, against the Rangers for sure.
Yeah, and I'll be that guy that takes the Dodgers. This Dodger price is still so cheap. I know King's been good, but boy, the Dodgers just been hitting at 288. And I think they're doing the opposite of what they did last year. If you remember, last year they clinched and won this horrendous slump the last 2 weeks of the season, which carried over in the playoffs. I don't think they want to do that again this year. And I think the fact that the Padres and D-backs have pushed them has helped the Dodgers because it's forced them to play this week and to keep staying in form. So they do what they did last year, going that people forgot they went on a big slump last year. After they clinched, they had a 2-week slump where they couldn't hit, and it carried over in the playoffs. And I like the fact the Padres are pushing them, and I think that's what they need. They're feeling a little heat from the Padres. You're going to get their best effort. That's why I think this price. I'm good. I know King's good, but he's a right-hander, and that's what the Dodgers hit. So
let me tell you, it's going to be a problem for the Dodgers. The Dodgers have bad. So what happened to the Dodgers? I don't know if it was last year or the year before. The reason that they didn't give what's his name, the closer of the ball last year, was the management. The ownership told management to keep everyone under the arbitration level of amount of play. And what happened is the Dodgers had 3 or 4 reliever. Phillips should have been the starter the whole time towards the end. They had 3 or 4. Major League Baseball dropped it, so all 3 of them were able to get in arbitration because they get set to play every year. So management is just about money. I mean, they don't want to win a title in LA. They can say this year they are because they grabbed Ohtani. Whatever, they got that deal set up. And to me, that's not, I still don't believe it. That's just more of an attraction. He's in LA. They'll get the Asian market. You know what I mean? That's what that ploy was.
Oh, no.
It's secondary for the Dodger organization to win a championship. So that being said, you don't have a closer. You got to baby your closer like you got to baby your kicker. They're the best person in the world you want on your team, and you got to make them believe that you're 100% behind them, even if you're not. You know what I mean? You got to baby your closer. You got to baby your kicker. He doesn't do that. He wants to throw whoever he wants in there. Trouble. That guy's going to choke when it comes down there because he knows he could be replaced or he's not the guy. That's always going to happen to the Dodgers. I want to go back over the history and look at since they started this divisional bye and made the extra wild card spot. How many of those teams that were off came out and tanked?
I don't know. I haven't looked at it closely.
At least one out of 2, but maybe not worse, right? And the Dodgers definitely have been bit by them every single time.
The benefit here of this buy is you've been able to basically set up your rotation where your ace and your number 2 and 3 are going to get the back end of these rotations. That's what the benefit I see for the team will come in the buy it, but I don't know how that's played out on paper. I haven't really looked at it. Maybe I'll ask Big Al that question. He'll snicker a little bit. He'll snicker at me, and we'll see what he does. He always gives me that snicker. You're gonna make me. This time of the year is tough because there's a lot of work this time of the year. So we'll see how that rolls. All right, so we got through it here. on our. We got through this baseball. We look at WNBA. You going to stick around, Jorge, or less, or are you going to?
No, I'm going to bounce out. I got to get some
All right.
plays up on the site, and I'm definitely looking for some early plays.
All right, so tell us what do you got going over at Tony's Picks. We had some banners here. Doing great for the year, 1,217 units for the year 2024.
So thanks, Tony. And I'm getting some plays up right now. My clock's a little bit off from where I'm at. I'll definitely have a baseball play or two up today, maybe 3 if I find it. We got a full card, but I'll definitely have some plays. Definitely look for my late teams. My late games have been going very well, and definitely look to continue doing that. But I'll have some picks up here shortly.
All right, guys, that's right. Go to Tony'sPicks.com, click the link in the description, and get on to Jorge's page. And remember that promo code Tony at checkout will save you that 15% off. All right, Jorge, have yourself a great afternoon. Right, we'll catch up with you again
tomorrow. I'll be back in Vegas tomorrow and on the show, ready to go. Oh, ready to go. Maybe I'll check in with you tomorrow for Wednesday.
Okay, check in for Jorge here on.
Good one, Jorge.
A good one. All right, now it's time to turn our attention to the WNBA. It's the WNBA quarterfinals. We're in game 2. This is an elimination game for the team that lost game 1 on Sunday. It's only a 3-game series here. These are mini series. So let's assess Rod. I know Rod put together some videos. We're going to get his thoughts here on these 2 games. Today, Rod, we got Dream, Liberty, Storm, and the Aces.
Yeah, and you look at these 2 games, looking at Atlanta taking on New York, and Atlanta was right in that the backdoor cover area, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points the whole game. For me in that one, you look, the reason why Atlanta didn't do so good in that game or even keep it close is Alicia Gray shot awful. She went 3 and 9 from the field and 0 and 3 from beyond the arc. And her points totals at 20 and a half points for this game tonight. And I think the only way that Atlanta can keep this close is if she gets over 20 and a half points. But I think she does shoot better than what she did in game 1. And we see a few more points. We've seen a lower scoring one in that one. I think that pace picks up between Atlanta and New York. Atlanta, it's that elimination game. I think some more of those shots fall for Alicia Gray, and we get over the 156 and a half. I'm not seeing the big under in that one. We've seen the under in the first one because Atlanta shot awful. This Dream coming in, they're not as bad as what they are, and I think they have a shot to make that cover. But I like the over as the play. I think we got more of a higher paced one of those elimination. You leave it all out on the court, and I think that's what the Dream do in that one. And then the other one, you look in you see Seattle taking on Vegas. And I look at that one, and that line opened up at 9.5 in places, and it's down to 8. And so that means there's a lot of money coming in on the Seattle team. Going to make it, trying to force this game 3 winner take all back in Seattle. Well, guess what? The champs don't want to go back to Seattle. No chance that this Vegas team wants to pack it in and head to Seattle for a winner take all one game in Seattle. Seattle is where they played their best ball. So for me, what we seen in that fourth quarter from the Aces was complete shutdown. They gave the Seattle Storm scored 2 points in that fourth quarter. That was not very good. That's the Aces we're going to see from the start, right from tip off. They're going to come out and they're going to defend. Because this Aces can defend. It's going to be a tough, long day for Seattle. Give me the under in that one. It went under in the first one. It's been 4-1 to the under this year between these two teams. You think high pace, high scoring? Defense comes to shine between these two. Take the under in the Aces Storm game.
Oh, it's a Storm game there. All right. I'll tell you, I'm with Ron on the over in the Dream. Liberty. The Liberty really second since the Olympic break, second in offensive efficiency, averaging 106 points per 100 possessions, playing at a fast pace. I like the over in that game. All right, we'll continue here on the Marshall. Someone asked if
we are not confident in the Twins. No,
I am.
Oh, Tony likes the Twins. I
like the Twins because again, they are the bullies. They pound the bad teams.
Yes, this is.
They pound the bad teams. That's the angle I have, and it's been an angle I've had all year with them.
I know
that when they play the bad teams, they pound them.
But confident in them at all.
Sometimes September, these things don't. I'm gonna say this again. Sometimes these angles don't hit in September. It's just September baseball is a little different. There's a little more pressure on you. There isn't as much pressure. We've seen this where the team coming back from a road trip winning. I mean, these things they don't hit in September, Rod.
No, it's I like the Marlins. I gotta take a shot. Twins have lost their last 6 night games against NL East opponents too. It's like there's some trends going the other way. So
Yep.
Is the team playing loosey goosey? We've seen what the Twins had huge leads and things. They only needed a couple wins, and the pressure. It looks like the pressure's starting to mount. For the Twins, it's scary. It's scary. I have no bet in that game, but I think I might be on the Marlins.
Yeah, Rod and Jorge were on the Marlins. I was on the Twins run line, so I was out bet there. And one of the guys says he can't bet against Ryan Weathers. Well, okay. That may be tough, man. Well, I remember Weathers had it tough.
Money betting against Ryan Weathers at times. So,
Well, when he broke in with the Padres, man, he was horrible. He was horrible when he broke in with them. But I know he's had some ups and downs here. A little better when he started the year as Weathers, but we'll see how this rolls here on this one.
We'll see how that game weathers.
Yeah. And Ron chimes in here. So it's 3-1 here with the Tony Spix Cappers here. He likes the Marlins take the +1.5. So we're all over this. So Ron's chiming in. So I'm outrun. It's 3-1 right now with the Cappers at Tony Spix on the Marlins here in this one. Although Ron wants to take the +1.5 in there in that spot.
Yeah, so he's not 100% confident either on the.
Yeah, I don't know. I might. Yeah, that's a little. I will tell you, it's definitely not making my premium list. That's for sure. Did not make that game.
No, that game is not making the premium list. And I agree. Bailey Ober. Ooh. No, his name's Bailey Ober for a reason. I remember last season, man. Bailey Ober was Ober. Every time he said Ober, take the over. It's going over.
That might be the one we all agree on, right?
They over
this game. As long as the Marlins bats can do something, that's always the thing you got to worry about. Is can the Marlins do it? Can the Marlins contribute? And the Twins have been hitting as well. But to me, it's a different scenario when you're placing a Marlins team that's been like an over machine at home, but they're on the road in this game.
But they're on the road, right?
Yeah. That's what we have to see is they can get their bats going. That's the big deal there. All right.
What are the Marlins having for breakfast? Let's see.
Yeah, exactly. What have they done for breakfast? All right, now it's time for our parlay peripheral part of the show. Rod, what do you got?
And for me, I'm gonna take a shot with the Marlins here in a parlay. I'm gonna parlay it up with the Nationals here in that one. I actually like the Nationals first 5, so I'm gonna take the Marlins on the money line and the Nationals first 5. Parlay that 2-teamer out. If you want, I'm gonna make it a 3-teamer. I'm gonna throw in the over between Atlanta and the Liberty in that one. Little 3-teamer for you.
Yep, and I'll give you a 3-teamer here. I'll be looking here at the Astros, Rockies, and over in the Giants and the D-backs. That will be my parlay for you guys. See you. All right, Rod. Now it's time to take a look at, Rod, what you got for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. We'll look at Rod, who's been doing great work here for 2024 over at Tony'sPicks.com. 989 units of documented over at Tony's Picks. What do you got for sale?
And over at Tony's Picks today, I've got a 3-pack. It's a Tuesday takedown. I've got 2 plays in the MLB and 1 solo play in the WNBA over there. You can pick up my 10-star play of the day. Is included in the Tuesday takedown, or you can get my 10-star play of the day singly over at Tony's Picks. Or what I still got going is that all rest of the 2024 season pass. Definitely take advantage of that. Get on something long term. That way you don't miss out on any of those late steam plays. If I see something that comes in late, that way that's been money, those late steam plays. So definitely jump aboard something long term. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 50% off your purchases. But jump aboard something long term with me. As you can see, we've been hot at, this season in 2024, and we're going to continue 2024 being hot. I love this time of year. So much sports, so much action. That way you don't miss out on any, because it won't be long. Right around the corner, we'll have hockey, NBA, college hoops. So we'll have all the major sports roll in. So you want to be on something long term. That way you don't miss out on any of the plays I give out. And we keep putting money into our pockets, crushing the books.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Rod over at Tony Six. Link in the description. Rod's right up on the leaderboards. Get on board and use that promo code Tony. Save that 15% off. I got a 3-pack up there from baseball. My best bets bundled in the 3-pack. My best bets also sold standalone. So don't buy them both. Either just buy the best bet or buy the 3-pack with my best bet bundle with 2 premium plays. So get on board. And no better time now than get that 7-day pass, because a lot of football coming up. NFL week 4, college football week 5, WNBA playoffs, MLB coming in with that 7-day pass. And of course, that's the way to roll here on the long-term passes. All right. Thank everybody for joining us here in the comments. We're getting more and more comments here. from Ron Carver likes the under and D-backs there. And what else we got? NHL picks for the NHL picks, guys. Justin, join us for the drive-through. It's kind of early to get those preseason picks here for you here at this hour, right, Rod?
There's no lines. I don't even see any lines on some of these games yet. So that's the part. And the one that I am looking at, and I'm waiting to see what the line pops out at, is probably going to be Pittsburgh minus 200. They're taking a Buffalo, and Buffalo's going to start Michael Hauser in goal. Hauser's getting the nod on the road versus the Penguins. Hauser won't have much on a support cast in terms of NHL caliber players, so it's going to be a lot of young rookies in front of him. Means it's tough in this spot here. So you look. Devin Levy, normally the go-to guy with Buffalo, but he's dealing with an injury. So for me, it's we're getting Michael Hauser. I like the over in that one, and I lean to the Penguins, but you're probably going to have to pay up to that for that one. You have to be going with a minus 1.5. So I would kind of lean to the over in that one. Because usually when you find a bad goalie in these ones, you want to take the over in some of these preseason games, as we've seen both Oilers split squad ones went well over the total. So yeah, definitely lead to an over, but definitely tune into the drive-thru for later, and I'll definitely have some more information. Right now, I'm leaning to take the over in the Buffalo Penguins game because I think we see a whole lot of goals. Even with Tristan Jarry, he's looking to get the start for the Penguins, and Jarry last year was a good 2 or 3 goals given up guy as well. So I like the over in that one.
That's right. And of course, Rod, over at the Tony's Fix YouTube channel, you got WNBA videos up there. I know you and Ron put one together as well.
Yeah, definitely. Check out the archive videos on tonight's WNBA action. We're going to shoot 2 more. Me and Ron will have you covered. We're number 1 and 2 on the top handicappers at WNBA here at Tony's Picks is me and Ron. So we paired up, and we'll get you covered the rest of the playoffs. WNBA, go check out those archive videos that we got up there for you.
You got to check us out. All right. Of course, you have drive-thru coming up at 6 Eastern time. Ron will be there to get those plays as well. All right. That's going to do it for our show. Thanks for everybody in the chat for joining us. And, of course, Ron and Jorge as well. I'm going to wake up. Bye, guys. You guys make it a winning Tuesday. We'll catch up with you tomorrow here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show.